Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a affordable holiday makeup look. So everything is either from the drugstore, you know, Walmart, CVS, something like that, or from the more affordable side of Ulta. I've got some products from BH Cosmetics. So hopefully we can get a really fun, glamorous look that doesn't break the bank. So here we go. I've already washed and moisturized my face. So for primer, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Oh, it's dirty. I really like this. I really prefer the Tatcha one specifically under my eyes because I have wrinkly under eyes. But overall, this is a really nice primer that I feel like it really helps my pores look less obvious. I don't know that it does anything for longevity on my makeup, but it definitely looks smoother. So I just take, I take a fairly large amount because I have a fairly large face. And then I'm just gonna work this in. Got my mirror right here. Okay. So primer's done, so now I'm gonna go on to foundation. So for foundation today, I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made Foundation, and I'm in the shade M30, which is, I'm in the shade M30. I feel like this is a really good shade match for me. It lasts all day. It doesn't break up too bad on my oily skin, and it's super affordable. So, and I'm gonna apply that with my Shop Miss A $1.55 Pawpaw blender. I love this thing. I'm actually not a huge fan of the original Beauty Blender. I just don't feel like it blends out my foundation the way I like it to be, but I have, you know, a squishy face and big pores, so the squishier the sponge, I feel like the more it really like mushes the product into my skin. So I'll do a couple pumps and then just dab it around. See, it's a pretty good shade match. It doesn't look too heavy. It doesn't get cakey. So we're just gonna blend this in. A little bit more. So again, I have a big face. Okay, so now that that's all blended in, it looks really nice. It matches my chest fairly well. I'm gonna go in, and I've been trying this out. I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet, but it's new. So this is the CoverGirl TruBlend Undercover Concealer, and this is the shade M150 Buff Beige. It's a little brighter than I want, to be honest, but it works. So we're gonna add a little bit of this. And for some reason, right here on the apples of my cheeks, I have redness that just always peeks through. I have a really hard time with any product covering that really well. So I do like concealer for that because it's a little bit more pigmented. But again, I don't like a super bright under eye because it emphasizes all the fine lines. So hopefully we can get this to work the way I want it to. That doesn't look terrible. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit of concealer right on the outer corners of my eyes because I have a little bit of darkness there. I do like the finish of this concealer. It doesn't dry down heavy. It has a almost powder finish. It doesn't stay sticky, but it also doesn't get cakey. And then to set that, I have two powders. One I know I really like. It's the Rimmel London Stay Matte Mattifying Loose Powder. And then I just got the I Heart Revolution, what is this, coconut scented baking powder. This, it's supposed to be really super brightening, so I have to be careful with it, but I really want to try it. And if I feel like it looks weird, I'll use the Rimmel one, but it does smell faintly of coconut, and you can see it's just a light translucent powder. So I'm gonna dip my sponge. Well, first I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna make sure I don't have any wrinkles because we don't want to set those in place. And I'm gonna take a little bit of powder and just kind of dab it gently and work it into the skin. Ooh, that is really brightening. It feels nice. It doesn't feel heavy. That's interesting. Can you see that? It's like a patch right here where I'm really red. It looks like it took the coverage away on my skin. That's interesting. Okay, so I don't feel like going in and redoing my whole base because everywhere else looks really nice. So I'm gonna go into this JCat Beauty Aquasurance Compact Foundation, and this is in the shade 102 Natural. Let's see, I've used quite a bit of it. And I'm just gonna go back in with my sponge, and it's, because it's a tinted, like a powder foundation, it should cover these areas up. So let's see. Sorry, I'm using my phone screen to make sure that it's covered. Okay, that's better. That was weird. I'm gonna have to play around with that powder some more with different foundations and see if it does the same thing. So we're just gonna blend everything up. Okay, base is down. So let's go in with highlight. We'll do highlight first. And for that, I have the, let me get it out here. I have the BH Cosmetics Blushing in Bali six color blush and highlight palette. So if you're looking to save money and not have a bunch of clutter and everything, like these blush and highlight palettes are really nice because it gives you multiple options and they're really affordable. I think this was only like $16 for the whole thing. You can see it's got some beautiful highlights and some beautiful blushes. I'm going to use this lightest highlight and a mix of these two blushes right here. And for blush, I'm going to use the Aesthetica P12 brush. It's a big fluffy one. And I'm just going to, oh, I was going to do highlight first. Duh. Okay, so we'll set that down. And for highlight, I'm gonna go in with my AOA Studio F19 brush for highlight. I like this because it's really precise, and I'm gonna go in this lightest shade here. And these are really nice. They're not too intense. They don't emphasize the texture of my face too bad, but you can see it has a nice glow to it. And we'll just highlight all of my favorite areas. Tops of the cheekbone, bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, forehead, everywhere. Okay. So now we'll go back in with that Aesthetica brush, and I already have some blush on it. I just didn't knock it all off. And I'm gonna go into these two shades right here, knock off the excess, and just kind of pat it on my cheeks. I don't like a super heavy blush because I feel like it emphasizes how round my face is, but I do like a little bit of color. So I'm just gonna gently work that around. That highlight's so pretty, I love it. that's done. I love this palette. It's totally worth the, like I said, I think it's like $16, but BH Cosmetics always has great sales. Usually during the holidays. I'll have to look and see if they have any sort of holiday sale, and if this is included, I'll see if I can link that information in the description bar below. So this I love. For bronzer, I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution, oh no, this is just, yeah, Makeup Revolution London Mega Bronzer in the shade Cool, 01 Cool. And I use this so much. I got it for my birthday haul, and I've used it so much I've actually hit pan, which never happens. So I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to use my Morphe M527 brush. Right there, M527. And I'm going to bronze my face. This says it's cool, but it's not so cool that I really feel like it works for contouring, but I do like it for bronzer. Go under the jaw, down the chins. Every time I do this, I think of Fat Bastard in Austin Powers when he says, "I got more chins than a Chinese phone book." Every time I'm doing my jaw, that's what I think of, or where my jaw should be, I guess. Every time, and it makes me laugh every time. Okay, and then I feel like I need a little bit of something on my nose. So to contour my nose, I take an angled fluffy brush like this. This is another one from AOA Studio. I love these dollar brushes, they're great. And I just run it down the sides of my nose. Okay, and then I just take my sponge and I just blend all of my powder products that I just did. I just mush them all into my face. So let's move on to the eyes. For the eyes, I want to do something that's soft and neutral, but with a punch of glitter. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette. Let's see right here. Because it has some really pretty neutral shades in it. And then for glitter, I have a couple of options. Put that down. I have the ColourPop single pressed glitters. And then I also have a Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art, the dual-ended cream shadow and glitter. And I have this pretty gold. So we'll see how I feel with my eye look, like how that comes together. And then I'll see what we do for glitter. For eye primer, I'm going to try this AOA Studio Perfect eyeshadow primer. It's only $1. Everything from the AOA website is, or Shop Miss A website is $1. And I've heard Juicy Jazz really rave about this, so I haven't tried it yet. I've had it in my drawer for a while, so we're going to give it a shot. Both lids. And then to blend it out, I have a JUNO & Company brush. It doesn't have a, oh it is, it's the ES06. So we're gonna blend my base out with this. And I don't really use swiping motions on my eyes with sticky products. I use tapping motions because your eyelid is a delicate area. I already have wrinkly eyelids, so I don't wanna make that worse. That feels nice, and I feel like it actually canceled out some of the redness in my eyelids, so I like that. So now back in, I'm gonna go back into the e.l.f. palette, and I'm gonna use that shade again now that I've primed and set that down. Okay, eyes are primed. So now let's go in with the shade Witty right here. kind of a cool tone brown color. We're going to do a mix of warms and cool tone shades to get a really nice neutral look. We'll just pop this in the crease. It's a lot darker than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. We can blend it. I feel like I need to blend this out a little bit more. So I'm gonna take this color Saucy right here, which is, well, that looks a little too yellow. So I'm gonna take a mixture of Saucy and Fresh, these two shades right here, and blend right this edge right here. So I'll get a little in there, tap off the excess, and blend. All right, so now that that's pretty well blended, I'm gonna take that dual fiber blending brush again and see if I can blend that just a little bit more. No extra product, just plain. Looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a clean brush here. This is the Morphe M433. I have a bunch of these, I really like it. And I'm gonna go into, the shade Warm right here. And buff that into the crease to warm it up a little more. Okay, and then back in with my M330 just to keep blending. Okay, so I like how nice and soft that's looking. I want to add a shimmer to my lid before I put down glitter because I feel like it gives it a nice base to stick to. So what are we gonna do? Let's see what color glitter we want first. All right, so I'm kind of feeling I think I'm kind of feeling this kind of bronzy shade right here. What's it called? This is in the shade Renegade. And it's just really pretty bronzy gold. I think that'll look really nice. So we're gonna use that. So since we're gonna do a more bronzy shimmer on the lid, I think this shade Spicy right here is what we're looking for. So I'm gonna use my finger and I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. And then I'm gonna go in with a flat synthetic brush. This is the M167, it's nice and flat. And back in with that same shade and really just kind of intensify it on my inner corner. Make sure it's all over my lid. Okay, and then back in with my M433, back in with Warm, and I'm gonna blend that into the shimmer. Okay, and then back in with the shade Witty, which is the slightly darker cool tone shade, and I'm gonna pack that into my outer corner because I really want that gradient effect. So I'm going to use my NYX glitter primer and another AOA Studio F16. This is a nice little flat brush. I'm going to pop this on the back of my hand. I know with these pressed glitters, you're not supposed to have to use a glitter primer. I personally just prefer to use one. I feel like it just makes the glitter hold up better throughout the day. I also know they say that glitters aren't eye safe, so use at your own risk. Now into my little ColourPop Singles palette and that shade, which was Renegade. The start on my finger. Just press it on my eyelids. Oh, that's pretty. And then back in with the same brush that I used to apply my primer, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of that glitter. And I'm going to make sure I just kind of get all the little crevices, pack it on. Okay, that's really pretty. I really like that glitter. So now back in with my Opposites Attract palette and my M433, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of the shade Smooth right here. It's a little bit of a deeper tone, and I'm going to mix that with the shade Warm and kind of go back and forth between the two and just kind of deepen up this outer corner a little bit more. There's going to be some glitter fallout. That's fine. I can brush it away with a little bit of powder in a little while. Back in with my M330 and just keep blending. And I'm just going to go back and forth and blend until I'm happy. So for eyeliner, I always do black on my upper lash line and my waterline. I prefer it. So I have two options today. I have the, what is this? This is the Wet n Wild Mega Last retractable eyeliner, and then I have the LA Girl Gel Glide, or LA Girl Glide Gel Liner, both black. I'm actually going to use the gel liner because I want to smudge it along my upper lash line and really blend that out, and I feel like this blends really easily, so we're gonna do that real quick. Don't pull on your eyelids. Makes more wrinkles. That's why I have wrinkly eyelids. Don't do it. Do as I say, not as I do. So now that I've got that black eyeliner laid down, I want to smudge that out. So I need a flat brush. Another AOA Studio brush. This is the E115, nice and flat. Back in with my palette. I'm gonna take the, it's not quite black, it's more of a charcoal, but it'll work. It's called Genuine, it's right here in the corner. There's a lot of kickback with that one. Let me see if you can see. But that's fine. I'm just gonna smudge this along my lashes. Again, don't worry about fallout too much, especially with the glitter, because we can use a little bit of loose powder to dust it away. Okay, I like that. I like how that's looking. So now to get rid of the glitter that I've got on my face so far, I'm going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. And I have a duo fiber brush. This one is from Luxie. It's the Luxie 516, but you can use any duo fiber or fluffy brush. I just dip it into the powder and brush any glitter or fallout away. Because this doesn't disturb the makeup below, it doesn't make it too cakey, it just gets rid of all the excess stuff. Okay, so let's do the lower lash line. I'm going to take my M433 again, and I'm not going to put any extra product on it for right now. I'm going to smudge that under my lower lash line. And then if you feel like you need a little bit more, you can just go back in. I'm going to take that warm shade again, just a tiny bit, and just kind of blend it right into the lower lash line. I just want this nice and smoky, but I don't want it too dark, which is why I'm not using black. Make that delightful face. I'm going to go in with my fluffy blending M330 and just work that all around all my edges. Make sure everything is blended and smooth. Okay, and then I want a little pop of something on my inner corner. So I'm going to go back in with my highlighting palette, and I'm going to use this teeny tiny little flat brush. This is a Morphe M213. Nice and flat and tiny. And I'm going to go back in with that lightest highlighter shade and pop that in my inner corner. Now I have a lot of darkness right here, so I tend to bring my highlight up in that area to brighten it. There we go. Nice and bright. And then I'll bring it right under my inner third here in my lower lash line. Nice and bright. So from here we have a couple of options. If it's going to be a more smoky, dramatic, like going out at night look, you can add a wing eyeliner and some more black eyeliner in your waterline, or you can add a pop of something fun and do some green. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a green eyeliner in my waterline, but before I do that, I want to clean up some of the black that transferred down. So I'm just going to take my makeup wipe. I'm actually going to get a clean one. This one has glitter on it. Don't get glitter in your eyes. So clean makeup wipe. These are just the ones from Walmart. They're the Equate brand. I love these. They don't burn my eyes. And I'm just going to take all the black that's in my lower waterline and just wipe it off. I have contacts and these don't burn my eyes at all. So now I'm going to use my ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. This is in the shade Teaspoon. It's a nice green. Nice bright green, and I'm going to run that in my lower waterline, and I'm very carefully going to pull down my lower eyelid with my makeup sponge so I can get in there without pulling too hard. And you can really do any color with this look. A really pretty gold would be nice. You can do, like I said, gold, green, red, black, whatever works for how you're feeling. I just thought a pop of green would be fun. So to emphasize that green a little bit more, I'm gonna take my flat brush again. Where is it? My flat AOA Studio brush. And where's my color switch? I just want to get all the black that's on it off, so I'm going to run it through my color switch real quick. And there's a green in this palette called Wise. And I'm going to take that and I'm just going to press it right against my lower lash line, right up tight to my lashes. To really bring that green out a little more. I love green eyeshadow with brown eyes. I just love it. It's one of my favorite things to wear. So you can see that's nice, and it's a little more festive, it's a little more fun, but it's still not overly dramatic. It's not in your face crazy. You could wear it to work and not feel like you were looking like a crazy person. And then I'm gonna go back in and clean up a little bit. I'm actually gonna use a different duo fiber brush. This is a Moda brush. It's really nice and fluffy. And we're just gonna brush everything away. Okay. So like I said, you can stop here. You can add wing liner, which is what I'm gonna do today, because I'm going to try and put on false lashes. No promises. So this is the Physicians Formula Waterproof Eyeliner in Blackest Black, I think. Yeah, Blackest Black. I really like this. It lasts really well in my eyes. I do have to be careful though, because it will sometimes get into like the little crevices in my eyes and it'll make them bleed a little bit. Not my eyes bleed, but it'll make the black color bleed into my eye a little bit. So I'm gonna use this and I'm just gonna do like the outer bit. I'm not gonna bring it all the way in the inside, and I'm just gonna do a little wing. Now, because I have really hooded eyes, I tend to struggle with winged eyeliner a little bit because my eye will fold. So I start my wing with my eye relaxed, and then I stretch my eyelid up to fill in the gaps. And you can see it's transferred a little bit right there because of the fold. So I just kind of go in and I work with it until I'm happy with it. I'm gonna take my fan and I'm just gonna dry that wing. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I do like this one for over glitter because it's very thin and it flows really nicely. A thicker gel liner won't glide as nice. So if you're gonna do glitter and then do liner afterwards, I recommend using a pen like this that's nice and wet. So with this eyeliner, once it's on and it stays really well. So I really like to make sure that I'm drying my liner once I'm happy with it before I go in and do anything else, because it'll transfer, it'll smudge until it's dry. Once it's dry though, it's locked on. So that's on, I'm happy with that. I do feel like I need to touch up my highlighter a little bit. I feel like I kind of lost a little bit of it going back and forth with the powders. So I'm gonna go back in with my AOA Studio brush and just touch it up. Okay, so now I think we're gonna need to do brows. Brows are always, like I said, the last thing I do, brows and lashes. So, oh, lashes, let's do that. So for lashes, I have these e.l.f. I don't know who these are in collaboration with. I can't read the handwriting, but it's their Luxe Lash Kit. And these are like $4, and these are really comfortable eyelashes. So I have the little palette that I usually use for my foundations. It's just the lid to a candle. I put that, I'm just gonna put that down, and I'm gonna put the glue on my lashes and then set them there to dry while I do my mascara. I've worn this style of lashes a few times and they're really comfortable. You do have to go through the glue that they put it in the container with is really strong and sticky. So I'm gonna remove that and then I'll be right back to actually put my lashes on. All right, so I've removed all the old adhesive off the lashes that it came with because I don't want to use that. I want to use my lash adhesive. And I've already checked the fit to my eye to make sure they're gonna sit nicely. These ones though, I don't ever have to trim, they just fit. So for lash adhesive, I use the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe. This doesn't irritate my eyes at all. It holds up really well. I used it on my wedding and my lashes stayed on and I didn't have any trouble and I was crying like a little bitch. So A+ product. And I'm just gonna brush a little bit on the lash band. All right, so I've got both lashes set aside so I can pop those on once they're dry, and I'm gonna go in and do mascara. I've been using the mascara from Essence. It's the Volume Stylish 18 Hour mascara. It's a fiber mascara and it builds really nicely. So we're gonna pop that on my lashes. And then I can feel as I'm doing this that I've got a spot on the outer corner of my eye that's a little crunchy. I think I probably got some eyeliner in it, so I'm gonna use my lash comb. I think I got this at CVS for a couple of bucks. And I'm just gonna comb through. Oh yeah, I can feel that. Yep, they were clumpy. So I comb down so I can use pressure to remove any clumps. And then I brush up to push them back into place. And then I'll go back in and add another coat of mascara. And then if you feel like they're clumpy, you can just go in and separate them again. And then do the other eye first because I know it's going to be clumpy. It could also be from the glitter adhesive. It could have clumped my lashes together too. So now that my mascara is done, we're gonna go ahead and do my false lashes. I'm gonna do those off camera because I struggle with them really hard, and then I'll come back and we will go from there. Okay, lashes are on, I'm happy with that. So now I'm gonna go in and do my brows. And for my brows, I have two different options. They're both brow pencils. I have the JOA Precision Brow Pencil from CVS. And then I have the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This one is a little bit lighter. This is the shade Neutral Brown, but I kind of feel like it pulls red a little bit. So I'm gonna do the edge of my brows, or the outer edge of my brows, with the JOA pencil, and then I'll do super fine strokes because this pencil's a lot firmer. I'm gonna do the fine little inner hair strokes with the e.l.f. one. so that's nice and deep. And then I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. pencil just in the front of my brows to make them look a little more full. This pencil formula is just a little bit drier. And I know they say your eyebrows are sisters, not twins, but I'm not even sure mine belong in the same family tree. Okay, for brow gel, I'm going to use the Ulta Beauty brow tint in the shade Deep. This is just like a $10 eyebrow gel. I do like how tiny the wand is. I mean, it's really small. Okay, brows are on. So now all that's really left to do is lips. For lips today, I'm going to go for red. So I'm going to use the Collab brand from Sally Beauty in this shade Mock. And then for a liner, I have the Jordana Easy Liner for lips in the shade Plush Plum. It's not very plum, it's quite red. So we're gonna use this to outline my lips, and then this liquid lip to fill them in. Okay, liner's on. So now we're gonna go in with the Mock shade from Collab. It's a matte liquid lip, but it's not uncomfortable. It feels really nice. Nice bright red lip. It's really comfortable, makes your teeth look nice and white. So then for setting spray, I'm going to go in with the Pacifica Pineapple Flower Oil Free Mist. This is like $10 and Pacifica usually has good sales. So I'm going to use this and my fan, and I'm going to set my face. It smells really good. Okay, face is set. Everything looking pretty good. So my wonky eyebrow, if I could just move it that much, life would be great. But yeah, so that's overall my look. I really like that kind of bronze smoky eye with the green and then the red. I feel like it's very Christmas, perfect for the holidays. You can wear it to work and not feel too crazy overdone. If you wanted, you could just do like a nice nude lip to have that like green really stand out a little bit more. So this is a really subtle homage to the holidays. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If so, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. I do love to hear your feedback. And yeah, this is my affordable drugstore kind of holiday look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.